Well, it seems 2020 isn't done with this yet. 2020 doesn't seem like they want to go down without a fight. 2020 seems like they aren't ready to go quietly into the night. 2020, when we think about it, right, it seems like everything that could have went wrong went wrong. I don't think there's a quote that more specifically details exactly what happened during this year. There's COVID, multiple deaths of people who were larger than life. You know, people, hundreds and thousands of people's lives were lost. We have the changing of a presidency and the fiasco that was. I mean, to be honest with you, what didn't happen in 2020? Every other month seems to have something terrible that happened or something very unfortunate. But we only have another 30 or so days of this month before we go into the new year, and hopefully we can have a new try with 2021, even though things won't immediately go back to normal. But before this year can end, it seems fate has one more funny thing it wants to do before we move on with this terrible year. It seems that a space federation exists among us, and they have been in contact with our leaders for who knows how long at this point. And it seems they don't believe we are truly ready to meet them, to know about them, and to even be accepted into a federation so lucrative of theirs. What do you say at this point? You know what I mean? I think at this point, this has come to be expected. I think ever since the early 50s, 60s, when people were really into the alien thing, when that was super popular, I think we've been ready to know about aliens and the existence of extraterrestrial beings for a very long time. I think, and I think this goes on with most people. People are afraid of the unknown. They are afraid of what they don't know or don't understand. And I think us not being able to truly understand that they feel that we don't need to know about them yet. Is that or our inability to work as a cohesive race, you know, with war and all these things going on in the world that we cause upon each other, and we're even destroying our own planet. I mean, maybe they just feel like we're not civilized yet, and that sounds pretty funny, right? But they might have a point. I mean, just think about this. In the United States, this entire election process, which throughout, you know, the entire time that the U.S. has been, you know, doing this, right? It never seems to have been as bad as this last one. Well, with Trump supporters feeling like no matter what, like they just couldn't lose. And they can't accept that they lost, right? So they're gonna put up this fight until the very, very end. And this has been one of the most, I'm young, I'm only 24, so I've only been around for 2 elections where I could have made, you know, put up my 2 cents, right? But it seems that that this last election seems to be one of the craziest ones that's ever existed. And quite frankly, with the way everything happened and with the way things went down and with the way things are going to go down going on into the future, I truly believe maybe the aliens have a point. Maybe we have to figure out ourselves first. It seems that we don't have our own stuff down. You know what I mean? We're too worried about what we as individuals want. When as an entire race, we aren't even scratching at the surface of our potential. We have held ourselves back for so long throughout history. We've destroyed advances that could have really pushed us to the edge, you know what I mean? And we're talking about a space federation. A space federation. Like, we're talking about possibly hundreds or thousands of planets that have come together with all different types of races and different species and different conditions, different galaxies, all over the place, coming together as one to possibly have peace. They look at us and they think that we're gonna, our energy ain't good for what they're trying to do. And you would think by now, especially after weapons of mass destruction were created, that we really are our most dangerous enemy, right? I think I'm not personally afraid of no aliens. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, I mean, they could do stuff to you that we can't do to ourselves, so we don't know what they're capable of. But I mean, we could just nuke ourselves and that would just be it. You know what I mean? It's not like we can't just exterminate ourselves at this point. We refuse to make strides that in all reality, we could be so much farther ahead than we are. We could, right? Reasonably. But it seems that we still aren't ready. With all the advances that we have made, and with all the strides we've made in science, which people don't seem to believe in, it seems that we still aren't ready for the big leagues. We aren't ready to make that jump yet. And I think at this rate, this next maybe 100 years is going to be a crucial time for us, because we have created circumstances that no matter what happens, we could either all die or we all make this jump. And it's upon us. So I think the government needs to be less concerned about whether we're ready or not to hear about a space federation, or I think that's the scary part. I think what's the most scary thing in this entire world is what we are capable of doing to ourselves. I am much more scared of someone slapping a nuke button and then everyone slapped their nuke buttons way before aliens coming down and probing all of us. I'm gonna be honest with you. One thing is more possible than the other, and we are our own enemy. So, tell me what you think in the comment section below. What do you think of this? I want to call it breaking news, but I think this is news that we all have been waiting for. Tell me in the comment section what you think. What do we need to do? This is actually a good question. What do we need to do as a race so we can make that jump? That make that crucial jump, so maybe one day we can be a part of this federation? Or what do we need to do so we can finally do something to solve our problems? You know what I mean? What do we need to do as a cohesive unit to finally stop being so individual and work on the whole picture? What do we need to do? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for listening to me talk about aliens. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and until we meet again, peace.
Do you think you'll